the Push for More podcast.
Hello, DJ. How you doing?
Doing good, John. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. And we're here at the Think Tank in Bel Air, Maryland for another edition of our podcast, and we're going to interview DJ here. DJ, so people know who you are, can you tell us about growing up in Parkville and Forest Hill for us?
Yeah. So I grew up in Baltimore County and had a lot of friends. It was a great neighborhood to grow up in. When I was in 6th grade, my parents had a house built in Forest Hill in Harford County. While the house was being built, I kind of went to school still in Baltimore County at Pine Grove Middle School. And then we moved up to Harford County and I kind of started fresh and was kind of developed to some depression and stuff. And it was like everything was new and kind of scary.
Yeah.
Just kind of went about it. I had a lot of friends in my new neighborhood and we did a lot of stuff and we rode bikes and rollerbladed. And I had a close-knit group of friends. Fast forward to high school, I went to C. Milton Wright, played soccer there. And we played kind of all year round where we would play, the normal C. Milton Wright schedule, but then we'd also go indoor and stuff like that. During the indoor season of my sophomore year, the guy on the other team had a breakaway, and I caught up to him, and I stuck my left foot out and poked the ball right before he kicked. And when he kicked, it got me right in the left ankle. That kick ended my soccer career. I've had 20 surgeries since then, including a below-the-knee amputation. But, sometimes in life you lose something and you gain something else. And I lost soccer, but I got into music. I started playing electric guitar, started my first band. We couldn't find a bass player, and we already had 2 guitarists. So I was like, well, maybe I'll play bass. So I started playing bass, and we started playing shows. And then we kind of dissolved as a band, and I joined another band. And then I came across this guy named Jordan, and I set up a show with him, and the singer in my band decided that he didn't want the band to play. He was just going to play it by himself. Mm-hmm. And Jordan met this guy and realized really fast that this guy had a very big ego. And he was like, I don't think anyone would want to be in a band with this guy. And we need a bass player. So he reached out to me about playing bass for a band called Fiction 20 Down. I ended up meeting up with Jordan, and we wrote a song together the first time we got together and started playing with him in the band, and we toured nationally for 7 years. Things were going really great. We had a record deal, and things were supposed to blow up, and we got a phone call that kind of dissolved, and a band that they'd been working with just went platinum, so they weren't going to be able to work with us right now. That band was 21 Pilots.
Wow,
so that
really?
was pretty crazy, yeah. From there, we were on tour in Florida, and we lost Jordan's father to a battle of depression.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. When we returned home, we kind of took a break, and when we got back together, Jordan, Dre, who is a singer and percussionist, the 3 of us got together and we talked, and we all struggle with mental health to different degrees and different reasons and some things alike. And we decided to do something about it. So we changed our name to the Big Infinite, and we started a foundation in Jordan's father's name, the Ed Lally Foundation. Mm-hmm. We started a school program where we go to schools and we do mental health assemblies where we speak and we play. And it's just been a complete turnaround.
That's awesome. That's a lot to unpack right there, but I want to go back a little bit about your leg. You were playing soccer, and that turned into an amputation from the injury that you sustained while you were playing soccer.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about how music helped you through that, and a little bit about your experience going through that?
The experience was long. It felt like forever. I think it's been 23 years now since I was initially injured. I've had ankle surgeries, I've had nerve surgeries, I've had knee surgery, hip surgery, back surgery. Pretty much tried everything you can try. My wife and my parents and I even flew to Seattle, Washington, and spent a bunch of money out of pocket on a limb salvage device. It was called the ExoSim, and it's made to try to keep your limb and prevent from amputation. Because, once you've amputated, you can't get your limb back.
Yes.
And the device was great. It allowed me to be mobile. I could run and jump and do things, but I developed this thing called chronic regional pain syndrome, and it's like a nerve damage, and there's not really any treatment or healing for it. It's very painful. I have the pain all the time, but then there's these flare-ups that make it even worse. So I ended up getting 2 spinal cord stimulators put in to try to deal with the nerve damage. It helps some. It's definitely not a fix. It's kind of like masking of the pain a little bit. But if you're struggling from a lot of nerve pain, I highly recommend checking it out. The trial is very simple and non-invasive, so you can kind of get a pretty quick understanding on if it's going to help you or not.
So you went through this incredible, horrific ordeal with your ankle, the amputation. At the same time, I guess you kind of were using music as therapy?
Yeah, music is, it was my way to be creative and express myself.
And can you talk a little bit about how music helped you?
As to where soccer used to be where I would go and let everything kind of just go through me, music became that for me. It became a way to express how I'm feeling through songwriting.
How many band members do you have?
Yeah, so the Big Infinite, it consists of Jordan Lally, he's vocals and acoustic guitar, and then we have Andre Tony, who is percussion, drums, and he does vocals as well. And he also raps, he also whistles, and he also beatboxes.
Oh, wow.
And then I am a multi-instrumentalist. I play bass guitar, electric guitar, ukulele, and synth.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you play for elementary school and middle school and high school?
Yes, we do colleges and military bases as well.
Awesome. Can you tell us about your experience going to these schools and connecting with the children?
Yeah, it's a really cool experience. It's kind of like bittersweet for me because school was where I kind of realized I had like very bad anxiety and depression. So it's like to go back and speak, which is something that I would never do in school. I would just not show up if I had to speak. So it's really cool, and it seems to go over very well no matter the age group. I'd say middle schoolers seem to ask the best questions and seem to be the most concerned with their loved ones and
That's interesting.
and peers. But we get a lot of cool questions. We have a Q&A part. I think the most powerful part of the assembly is we ask 4 questions, and we ask the students to take themselves out of the equation. And it's stuff like, do you know someone who has dealt with anxiety or depression? Stuff like that. And to see everyone stand up and then have the kids all look around, and it's like, okay, like, even though we know we're not talking about you directly, everyone knows someone.
Yeah, at the Push for More, we have mentoring, networking, inspirational speaking, and recreational activities for youth affected by domestic violence. A lot of times, those youth are experiencing some of the things that you're talking about when you grow up, and that's very interesting that how music can soothe that and help that and be a therapy mechanism for that.
Exactly. And it's like, we're up there and we're speaking, and it's like, okay, what we just talked about, now we're going to play a song about. So it's like, if we didn't get you with the talking, we're going to get you in the feels with the music.
That's awesome. I love it. Segue into the Ed Lally Foundation, where you work.
Yes.
Can you talk about what it does and how it resonates with the community?
With the Ed Lally Foundation, we're a proactive mental health organization, suicide prevention. We offer a couple different things. We have the school program, which is the power of expression. We offer community concerts, plenary speaking. We do workplace wellness, where we can come to your workplace and we can teach you mindfulness and we can teach you QPR.
What's the acronym mean for that?
QPR is question, persuade, refer. So you want to ask the question. Some people think that asking someone if they're thinking about suicide may put the idea into their head, but statistics show that most people aren't even asked the question, and when they do get asked the question, they're willing to open up and talk about it. So it's important to ask the question. And then you're going to want to talk to them and listen to them during the persuading part. And it's really just listening, being kind, acknowledging what they're going through, no judgment, and then refer them to a therapist, refer them to the Klein Center, to 988, to...
Can you talk about what 988 is?
Yeah, so 988 is this awesome number. It's a national number. It's like 911, but for suicide prevention. And basically, you just pick up your phone, you can call or text, you'll be connected with an operator, and that operator will quickly get you connected to a counselor that will be there to listen, to provide hope, and to let you know that you're not alone.
That's a great resource for a lot of people.
Yes, and a lot of people don't know about it.
They don't. I've heard of it before, but I'm glad you reiterated what it meant.
Yeah.
And that's important for people to remember that, because We all go through things, and it's good to have a resource like that.
And one other thing I forgot to mention, the foundation offers a men's group that meets once a month. We offer a women's group that meets once a month. We offer Tai Chi virtually every Monday at 7 a.m. We offer Tai Chi in person every Monday at 10 a.m. And we offer a suicide bereavement support group.
Can you talk about what those programs actually do?
So, for instance, Tai Chi, it's kind of like martial arts with mindfulness involved, and it's like some mindful movements, basically. You know, any level, all people can do it. I can do it as an amputee. You can do it sitting down, but it's just movements, and you kind of move energy around and different things like that.
Okay.
And then, like the men's group, it's just a bunch of guys getting together and talking about what we're dealing with in life, and then we meditate together at the end, similar to the women's group. And
Are all these courses that you're speaking of, are they free, or do they cost
yes,
money?
most events are free. If you do workplace wellness, you know, there's a fee for that, but like our group offerings, they're all free.
Oh, that's a tremendous asset. That's a tremendous resource for people. And I didn't know that you offered all those things.
Yeah, we're trying to make it more and more accessible to everyone. Like, for instance, the men's group is hybrid, so you can either join that virtually or you can meet with us in person in Bel Air.
Have you ever heard of NAMI, National Alliance for Mental Illness?
I have indeed.
Does Ed Lally partner with them, or do they work?
We have in the past.
Okay. What's the best way to get in touch with Ed Lally Foundation?
You can visit our website at www.edlallyfoundation.org or on social media at Ed Lally Foundation.
Let's talk about your leg and some of the things that you've gone through with your leg. You were telling me that there's all kind of different things that happen that you're not aware of when you lose a limb. And you also told me that you were going to do a podcast with someone in Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you talk about some of the things that you and your partner in Michigan are going through, and just kind of explain the annoyances and little things that add up to a lot when it comes to losing a limb?
Yeah, definitely. I met a guy when I was touring with the band back in 2012 named Jake, and he lived in Illinois, and he was a captain on a tugboat. Somewhere along the line, he got injured on the tugboat and damaged his back pretty badly. And he's had like over 1,000 injections, and he's had surgeries, and he's in bad shape. And he was struggling with pain, and I told him about the spinal cord stimulators that I had and how it could possibly help him. Fast forward, and now he's had a spinal cord stimulator for like 3 years now or so, and it's helped him some, which has been good. And we decided to start a podcast because we feel like between the two of us, we've had a lot of stuff done to us, and a lot of things we've been through. You know, the struggle is real, you know, whether you're injured with all your limbs or injured without them. You know, some of the things I had to deal with 2 legs kind of trump only having 1 leg now. I could barely walk before. For instance, my wife took me away for my birthday one year to Shenandoah Valley, and we stayed in the tiny house, and we went exploring, and we found a waterfall, and we were like, let's go down and see the waterfall. Well, I walked down, and I made it down, and my ankle was fused at the time, and the fusion didn't work. It didn't set at 90 degrees. So, like, I couldn't stand up straight. I could barely walk. And, like, I'm walking down this trail, and we get to the bottom, and we're looking at the waterfall, and we're like, oh, this is great. And then I looked up, and I'm like, I got to go back up. And we started trying to walk up, and because of the way my ankle was set, I couldn't hit the degree right to make it back up the hill. So I was walking backwards up the hill, trying to make it back up, and we made it. But
thank God.
You know, there's definitely struggles, you know, just with being injured, and then, you know, as an amputee, little stupid things like an ingrown hair can make it so you can't even wear your socket because there's just so much compression in that area. It just keeps rubbing and damaging the already damaged follicles of your skin, and so, like, little things like that can make a difference. Dealing with CRPS, it's like cold weather is a big thing. So every winter, like,
I can imagine.
My pain level is just through the roof, and you're internally cold, and like my skin will be purple like the ravens, and it'll just be frozen, and you can't heat it up. You put heat on it, it gets colder. You put cold on it, you can't even tolerate it. So it's like you're just kind of stuck dealing with burning, tingling, pain. I just know that there's not too many treatment plans for CRPS, and I know that it started in my toes, and now it's all the way up to my abdomen.
So I'm going to pivot to the future, and you just had a baby. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's an awesome story. Can you tell us about your wife and your new baby? You said it was a 9-pounder.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife is a champ. I have an awesome wife. Happily married, have 2 kids. I have a 4-year-old daughter. She's amazing. I have a 7-month-old son. He's funny. He's huge. And I have a almost 7-year-old dog who is my service dog.
You do?
Yes. She's a Cavapoo. She's a little 20-pound Cavalier King Charles Spaniel mixed with a miniature poodle. First dog I've ever had, and she's changed me.
Yeah, I'm sure it's given you comfort and love and unconditional love and all that
and
stuff.
we got her in 2019, so like right before COVID. My wife is a nurse, and at the time she was in the ICU as a nurse at Hopkins. So all throughout COVID, she was working and saving lives.
Yeah.
So I was at home with the dog.
And that
yeah,
it's
we
good
ended
company,
up, we
right?
ended up bonding, and we
Yeah.
got this weird relationship where if her stomach's upset, my stomach's upset.
Really?
It's strange.
That's awesome.
But before I had my leg amputated, when my wife was pregnant with our daughter, I was in so much pain that it was tanking my blood pressure, and I was just passing out. She was finding me unconscious around the house. A couple weeks later, I was still dealing with the same issue, and my dog was coming up to me and like jumping on me and barking at me. I was like, this is weird. You don't normally do this. And coming to find out, she's trying to tell me that I'm about to pass out.
No way.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So I was like, all right, if this happens, I lay down and I don't pass out. And, that's worked ever since.
So that's a great, but you don't take the dog with you to.
Yeah, she's actually my service dog, and she's flown with me. We've driven to southern Florida with her.
Oh, okay.
And she goes a lot of places.
What's her name?
Nesta.
Nesta. I like
Yeah.
that.
I was born on Bob Marley's birthday.
You were?
And and I'm a huge reggae guy.
Love me some Bob Marley, man.
So we named her Nesta after him because that's his middle name, and it means world traveler, and thought it fit her.
Excellent. I think we're going to wrap it up here today. Real quick, can you give us the Ed Lally Foundation telephone number and website one more time?
Yeah, we don't have a number, but you can reach us at www.edlallyfoundation.org and on social media at Ed Lally Foundation.
And we can be reached at www.thepushformore.com. And our number is 443-769-4661. Hope to hear from you. Thank you, DJ.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Thanks for tuning in to the Push for More podcast. To join our mentor network or appear on the podcast, feel free to reach out to us at thepushformore.com.
And if you have the means, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to help support our mission.
Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Every little bit helps us push forward.